Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Rockin' Jonathan. Welcome back to another album review. And today I wanted to review this album, The Sin and the Sentence by Trivium, because it came out like a couple weeks back and I'm kind of late on doing this. And I said I would do it, so yeah, let's get into this. I don't really have that much history with this band just because I kind of became a fan this year and because of this album. So if you were to ask me like facts and different songs from this band, I won't be able to tell you much. Maybe obviously I'll probably be checking out their older material because I really love this album. And so yeah, let's get into this album review. So the first track is the title track, which is Sin in the Sentence, and it's actually the first single for the album as well. And upon first listening to it when it came out, I wasn't really on board with it. I really didn't like it that much. I don't know why, but a lot of people were actually really liking it and giving it critical, because a lot of people say that Trivium was sounding a lot better than they were in their last album, which I can understand that. But this song has really grown on me, even though it's one of my least favorites on the album. That's really not saying much because this album, full of 11 tracks, is pretty much almost perfect, but I wouldn't say it's quite perfect, but it's pretty close. But this song starts out with these pounding drums, really fast-paced drums, and nice rhythm guitar and stuff, and then the vocalist comes in with his booming vocals and stuff. The lyrics are very captivating as well. I really like the lyrics in this one. Pretty much the title track is pretty much the main theme of the album. It circles around, and I'm guessing the song's talking about the sentence and the sin or something, out of sight of fallen men. Pretty much like people have sin. Everyone has sin, and everyone has their sentence when they die, I guess. Something like that. But it's a really great track overall. There's some unclean vocals as well in this one, and a lot of great guitar lines, bass lines, everything. Pretty much everything you want out of a title track. It's got everything you need. Second track is Beyond Oblivion, and this is definitely one of the heavier tracks on the album. Probably one of my favorites on the album. This song is pretty fantastic. Just the way it opens up, it's very furious, kind of like the title track was a little bit. But it keeps going, and then it goes on, and it just goes into this thrash mode. And I like the thrash mode in this album gives. It's like really fast-paced drums and a lot of heavy guitar work. Awesome guitar. The lead guitarist has really got to be complimented on this album because it's just fantastic guitar work. A lot of great bass lines as well. Fantastic drumming throughout this song. This song's talking about beyond oblivion, like beyond hope and fear and all that stuff. And really love the lyrics in this one as well. The vocals are really harsh in some places, which I really love, and definitely one of the best tracks on here. Probably one of the best metal songs of the year, if I'm being honest, and definitely one of my favorites on the album. Next track is Other Worlds, and this one tones it down a bit. It's not as heavy as the other two tracks, but I think this one's just as great, to be honest. It's more mid-tempo, but I think the lyrics and the vocals in this one really sell the song, and the vocalist's towering vocals are really great on this one. And I love the drum line in this one. The chorus is very nice. He sings very melodic in some places. I love this guy because it goes from screaming to singing really well in a heartbeat. I like a lot of vocalists like that can change from both. Like Michael Barnes from Red, Ryan Clark from Demon Hunter. A lot of bands like that. So it's really great stuff. I really like the dynamic here, and of course the guitar work is amazing as well. And yeah, it's another great track on the album. Next up, we got the fourth track, which is The Heart From Your Hate, and this is another one of the singles. I believe it's the second single. And yeah, this is more of a radio-friendly rock and metal song, and I really like the lyrics in this one. I think the lyrics pretty much stand out. Just wanted to say some, maybe you were right, maybe I was wrong, but I've been silent for far too long. Maybe you were right, maybe I should go, but I've been silent for far too long. What will it take to rip the heart from your hate? What will it take? What will it take? It's talking about someone that's trying to get this person away from, hating them. Pretty much getting their heart to stop hating people. It's time to start caring for people, stuff like that. It's a really great song overall. It's one of the shorter ones on the album, but I think it still fits very well in the album. Next up, we got another one of my favorites on the album. It's called Betrayer. And this one starts out with a bang right away, these pounding drums really fast, and then the vocalist singing, Betrayer, and then it just goes on and on. And I love the way this song plays out. It plays out as like someone that's betrayed somebody, like they cheated on them, something like that. It could be about a different relationship as well. But musically, the song is pretty brilliant, in the fact that, you know, it goes off and on from screaming to singing as well. And I really love the vocals in this one. That's pretty much the big target that I like on songs, is the vocals. This one's really on fire, and you know, the instruments are just following him along, and it's just an awesome song overall. Definitely one of my favorites on the album, and probably one of my favorite songs of the year, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of great songs on here that I have to talk about, but this is definitely one of the best here. Up next is the Wretchedness Inside, and this is one of the heavier tracks on the album, and the album kind of shifts into a different mode, I guess you could say. But this is another great one as well, only because of the heaviness, and you know, the vocals are very great as well. And it's talking about, you know, that stuff that we have inside, it's always wretched, we have to get rid of it, you know. And I love the guitar work in this one. It's just really menacing and really great. It adds a lot to this album for sure. And it's just another great track on the album. Endless Night is up next, and this one is a really great one as well. It's more melodic in the guitar playing than most of the other songs. It's one of the shorter ones as well. It's like only 3.5 minutes long, and yeah, it's another great one, mostly because of the melodic guitar playing and, you know, the vocals. It's talking about someone that's having an endless night, you know, going on and on, trying to get out of it. And it's a really great track to listen to when you're thinking of melodic guitar playing. It's really nice. It's just another great one on the album. Next on the docket is Sever the Hand, and this one, kind of like the last one, it starts out very melodic in the guitar playing, the drum work is going off, and, you know, it changes throughout the entire song. That's what I love about this album, you know, a lot of the songs on here change, a lot of different modes, you know, it goes from, you know, slow drumming to fast drumming to softer moments, and it goes heavy again. And this is another one of those songs that really exemplify this album, and that's what pretty much makes one of the best albums of the year, in my opinion. And this album kind of reminds me of, you know, progressive rock and metal a little bit. In some places it's very distinct, and that's what I love about this one. And this one's talking about severing the hand, I guess, getting away from like relationships or something like that. And I love the vocals in this one as well. The lyrics very strong, and, you know, definitely check this one out if you don't listen to the old album. Alright, next up is Beauty and the Sorrow, and this is probably one of the ones that I've played the most on this album. Probably my top 3 favorites of the album. The song is pretty much beautiful throughout, and I know it's hard to say that it's beautiful, but actually the beginning part is very atmospheric. Really love how they did that in the beginning, you know, the soft vocals and stuff. It does get into the heavier stuff, getting close to the middle of the song and the beginning of the song as well, but I love the, you know, the atmosphere this song sets up. It's really, you know, nice, very melodic, everything. The vocals are very nice as well. Not as harsh as like some of the other heavy songs like the Wretchedness Inside. This one tones it down pretty much a bit, and it's kind of like the other couple tracks, very melodic, you know, beautiful, stuff like that. This is probably one of my favorites on the album as well. Like I said, it's my top 3 for sure. And this is one of the other shorter ones on the album, but I think it packs a punch still. And definitely check this one out if you don't check out the whole album. The album ends out with a bang with the last 2 tracks, the Revanchist, if I'm saying that correctly, and Thrown into the Fire. Let's talk about the Revanchist first. The Revanchist is over 7 minutes long. It's definitely the longest track on the album, and geez guys, this song is phenomenal. It's probably my favorite track on the album so far, and for good reason. The time limit that this song is, it's very long. It's more like, you know, what a progressive rock band would do or something like that. But they don't make every little single point boring, you know. There's always something that'll, you know, perk you up to make you keep listening to it, kind of like what Metallica does. But this song is just like fury throughout the whole thing. Different changes, different drum styles, different vocal approaches, just amazing. You guys have to listen for it yourself for sure. Definitely, if you don't listen to the old album, definitely check this one out for sure. Definitely just check out the old album. You'll be blown away if you're a rock and metal fan. So this song is amazing, and yeah, definitely check it out. Alright, so we made it to the closer on the album, and it's called Thrown into the Fire. And this is one of the heavier tracks on the album. I'm glad they ended it on this one, because it's very menacing, very harsh vocals in a lot of places and stuff. And the opening lines really stood out to me. You know, it's saying, "Forgive them, Father, for they not know my gospel of greed is all for show." And so it's kind of like taking things out of the Bible a little bit and then putting some other things in there. I thought it was pretty interesting. So it's pretty much talking about the gospel of greed, I guess. That really shows off what, you know, humanity has. We're always greedy for stuff, you know. Really great stuff. It's all thrown into the fire, and really great track. You know, has some of the best guitar work on the album for sure. Some of the best drumming, some of the fastest drumming, and love the vocals in this one. It's a really great way to end the album. Overall, guys, this is a fantastic album from Trivium. Easily one of my favorite hard rock and metal albums of the year. And, you know, I wasn't really, looking forward to it. I wasn't going in as open-minded as a lot of people would, because I know a lot of people were praising this album, and I was wondering why, so it got me interested to listen to the whole album. And I'm so glad I did. The first listen through, I was pretty amazed, and I kept listening to it, and it's grown on me ever since. And this is definitely one of my favorite albums of the year for sure. Definitely one of the best. If you're a metal and rock fan, you'll definitely love this album. And if you're not really a fan of Trivium, please check this album out. It'll change your mind for sure, because this album is just so, in your face, anthemic, melodic, a lot of great guitar playing, bass work. The vocals are fantastic. The drum work has to be complimented as well. It builds these songs. It adds a lot of great beats to it, a lot of beats that I didn't know that could be made. And it's helped me a lot as a drummer for sure. I'll definitely be listening to these, jamming to these all year long, next year for sure, for many years to come. And definitely one of the best albums of the year. Probably my top 10 if I'm being honest. This album gets a strong 4.5 out of 5 from me. Very high replay factor, of course. I'm going to be listening to this for a long time, I can see that. And I definitely highly recommend you listen to this album. Comment below, you guys, what you guys think of this album. If you've listened to it, do you love it, do you hate it? And thanks for, waiting out so long. I've been meaning to get this review out a lot sooner than now, but at least I finally got to doing it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.